Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Master League team, and this one is built around Melmetal, but I like every component of this team. So I started with Melmetal because someone's like, I know you don't have a ton of legendaries. Use Melmetal because it like has Superpower for the steals and has Rock Slide for the flyer and stuff like that. So it's a good use. Put in Lugia because it's my only good legendary Pokemon. And then, like I said in the other video, Mamoswine is a beast in this meta just because there's so many flyers and dragons. So having that Powder Snow Avalanche is huge. So put this team together and work fairly well. So you're going to see this team twice, hopefully today. I haven't filmed the other part yet, but so I did these battles. We're going to go through a normal video going through some of the battles. And then maybe this afternoon, if I have a chance, I'm going to do sort of a live video, aka I'm going to like it'll be a video, but it'll be like me doing like a set in that video so you can get my thought process in the moment of playing these battles. So let's get into it. Zacian lead is what it is. So with Melmetal, you really don't need to leave unless you see like a Groudon. Quite honestly, like for most things, you can just kind of stay in. A close combat, I don't think one takes you out. It looks like this is running Wild Charge and Play Rough, which is why it throws the Wild Charge instead of the close combat. Either way, Groudon comes in as the safe swap, and this is why you have Lugia is such a nice answer. It can only throw fire punches, although these fire punches do spam pretty quickly, but that's okay. I am a level 50, so we are just taking all those, just going straight Aeroblast. Again, there's no reason sort of not to here. Goodbye, and the Attack Rise, which is huge, because now I was going to say, you live a 1 Wild Charge. I don't need to shield because I will live. It only does like 50%. They go back to back here, and Zacian, man, I can't wait to build one of these up. I do not have the Hundo or the Wild Charge or the XLs for it yet. So between my attack boosted and them 4 times lowered, this is 100% going to take them out unless they shield, which they do. I'm then going to snipe because they just went back to back Wild Charges. So this will one-shot too, right? So goodbye there. Oh, and it is a Ho in the back. So that's pretty good. This will do double super effective. It will not take it out, but it would do a ton of chip damage. They need to throw, so I'm going to get another move off, and I do. Terrible timing. I don't think it matters. I don't think I would have cut to another one, but still, terrible timing. I think they're basically loaded. So now I think I remember, I don't know what to do here. I come in here knowing I need to shield up 1 Sacred Sword or Sacred Fire, and it's just an Earthquake. So maybe they're running Earthquake Braybird, or I come in here thinking like maybe I can get this down all the way, and I can just because Lugia is so tanky, just takes 3 Incinerates. Huge. Giratina is not a good lead. You don't have to get out right away. Actually, this is probably my first matchup with this. Just trying to see like what does it do. I think in the future, it does like a third, maybe just under. So Shadow Ball won't take you out, but you still need multiple Rock Slides here, and you're within like Claw / Omnis Wind range here. So you can stay in it if you don't want to give switch. It's gonna take 1 3 Rock Slides. It's gonna take 4, so that's really rough. So I would suggest if you're in this matchup in the future to just go into Mamoswine, because that's what I did earlier. Lugia, you're still weak to it, right? Because you're half psychic. So I think Mamoswine has been a pretty good safe swap overall. Your worst thing that you're gonna see with the Mamoswine is a Kyogre, which you're in big trouble if you do. But it is what it is. Zacian comes in. That's fine. Again, there's no reason not to throw this here because 1 Avalanche is not going to take it out. You need 2. Even if they lower their defense here, 1 Avalanche still isn't going to take it out. So you can just kind of go back to back here. And they go Play Rough. So Zacian is tough just in general. And able to take it out. They're going 2 shielded Excadrill. So this is going to grab 1 shield because this is going to chip like crazy. And I think what I'm going to try and do is try and catch a Drill Run here. Or I know I can survive 1 Drill Run, quite honestly. So I'm hoping to get the second one off or come in here because I've got to move banked. And these Dragon Tails are adding up. And I think I just go Sky Attack at this point because I mentioned in my other video, Extradel's like just very glassy in this open meta. I'm building up to, I don't really need to build up to it. I could just go Sky Attack. So throw the Sky Attack before you lose and you get taken out here. Can I live 3? I can live 3 Rock Slides because Lugia is a tank. They do not shield, which is rough, but I do get the second one off, which is great because this will take it out. And if not, I can snipe for the Avalanche win. So a little tricky there, but managed to get the job done. I did overall, I did pretty decent with this team. Dialga has a great lead, obviously. Everything's resisted, and I have the Superpower. Out comes Giratina, and this thing is exactly what you expect it to be in. It's the Master Version League of the Ultra League, right? It is spammy, it is tanky. Like these moves come so quick. They add up very quickly. Even though there's super effective Powder Snows, Avalanche still isn't going to one-shot. You're going to need to throw a second Avalanche or else they're going to get a shield from me here. So I just got to throw right away. So such a hard Pokemon to deal with. I'm sure I'm going to build one up eventually. Kyogre, which is not great. What do you have on the lead? They had Dialga on the lead, right? Yeah, so I think this is probably the best answer just because I know they have Dialga on the lead. I'm just going straight Sky Attack just because my thought process at the time was like, even if they don't shield, it's only going to take 2 to take them out. And then at that point, I could probably just go like Thundershock Rock Slide to take it out. Here, this matchup's so tricky because you can't just go straight Superpower. But they know that, so they often don't shield. Thing is, I feel like I can get it low enough that now it's in Superpower range. So even if they shield this, I can just go back to back. Oh, they don't shield it. This could be a Draco, and a Draco probably would take me out now. Just an Iron Head. Okay, so that's interesting. But back to back Iron Heads. I think I'm going to rely just on on Lugia here. Because Lugia with 2 shields, and because I've already landed a Sky Attack, I can probably just Dragon Tail down, shield up both moves, and just commit to the Dragon Tail all the way down. Worst case scenario, I have a couple Thundershocks that hopefully takes it out. Yeah, but no, they're not going to get to... I don't think they're going to get to 3 Surfs here. So oh, it's an Origin Pulse. So they even tried the nuke move. But yeah, they're within a couple of taking it out. Station, again, you don't really have much of an option because Lugia obviously gets hit with the Wild Charge, and your Mamoswine gets hit with close combat. So you just kind of got to stay in here. They're not going to throw until you throw one, which is fine. There's not much you can do. I think you can, like I said, I'm pretty sure you can live with close combat. And there it is, and you live it. Now I get this off, which again, this will do a ton of damage now that they lowered their defense times 2. So I got 1 shield. I'm at another move. Yeah, and my thought process is if they go down here, they'll be 4 times lowered. So I'm going to either have switch advantage because they're going to have to bail, or I'm going to take it out and probably have switch advantage anyways. So they do get out. Giratina is tough. Again, Shadow Ball hurts. Worst case scenario, they shield, and then they're going to get at least an ominous win off, and I have to shield back to take this out. Ooh, doesn't even take it out. That is rough. I think I just let it go. Why would I not just let that go? Because I'm almost out of move. I don't like that. Because now they're going to... I try and Superpower, but now they get me here. Now they're going to get double Wild Charges and take me out. Yeah, that was really... I need to save that shield. There's no reason. When they're out... I know my thought process at the time is wrong. My thought process at the time was... you have an Avalanche loaded. If the Zacian comes back in, you could throw the Avalanche and grab the last shield, and then you have a full health Lugia for whatever in the back. The right thing would have been... Lugia is just so tanky... Get a shield, get a Dragon Tail through to have an advantage, a little bit of energy advantage, and then go from there because you still have a full health Lugia and Melmetal with a ton of energy on it. So that was really dumb. Terrible lead here. I come in here which is interesting and tricky because you're doing super effective and they're doing super effective with these fire punches. Dialga comes in. I'm not going to even bait. I just go straight high horsepower because, again, just grab a shield. Hopefully Lugia in the back can deal with it. I do get taken down, which is fine. I gotta imagine I'm coming Melmetal because, again, it has no matchup against Groudons and is a great matchup here. So just gonna farm to basically 2 superpowers. Launch one here. Again, I think we've seen this. It will not take it out. And they get it's going to be a Draco, which probably will take me out. No, not quite. So I get the back-to-back, take it out, which is fine. They're going to let this go. And now I'm going to have to run with Lugia here. So come in here with their Groudon. And they have their own Lugia, which is okay, except I now remember that they double baited me with Sky Attack. So I go straight to Aeroblast. I'm like, you know what? I'm up a shield. Again, my thought process is grab that last shield or do a ton of shit to damage. Except I remember I get Sky Attack baited twice. I forget how the match ends though, whether it matters or not. Just because I don't think that once I get this Aeroblast off, can I get another Sky Attack off? I think they get a third Sky Attack off, but it doesn't do much. So they baited me twice. No boost for me. I don't think this is an Aeroblast. I think it's only Sky Attack, and a Sky Attack is not going to do much to me here. But it's smart because any chip damage is chip damage that now puts me in range. I think they're trying to go for the Precipice Blade because Fire Punch would probably not take me out from this range. So get the Aeroblast off, which is huge. Now farm down for the win. Rayquaza, great lead. Pretty much have like 3 answers for this because I have an Ice, I have a Rock Slide here, and I have a Dragon Tail coming up here. They try and catch. So yeah. So there's when I build for the meta. So this team all has answers to a certain extent, like 2 answers for Groudon. It has at least 1 hard answer, 1.5 for Giratina. It has a few for Dialga. I never truly plan for these one-offs. And these one-offs really mess with me. And Solgaleo, I think that's how you pronounce it, as a Steel Psychic. So you're resisting the Rock Slide, you're resisting the Sky Attack, you're resisting the Aeroblast, you're resisting the Avalanche. And it looks like you have a Fire Fang fast move. So really this team is just like, oh, I have no option here. I'm just like screwed. I didn't know what the moveset was. I think I should have Psychic Fang here too. Yeah. So I'm not great when it comes to these like one-offs. So I'm just kind of going through here pretty pathetically. They grabbed the shield. They took me out. I'm dumping my energy. So it is not looking good. They have their own Melmetal in the back. Superpower is going to do a ton. Double Iron Bash. Who has that double Iron Bash? And now they snipe me. Okay, this game's over. Yeah, not much I could do there except learn the matchups. Again, this is like my first full week playing Master League, which is interesting. So, yeah, this double Iron Bash as a steal. Super effective on the Mamo. I do get a high horsepower off. Problem is, I think that I'm going to need multiple superpowers to take this out. And I'm dry on energy and I'm suit low. So they are 100% going to take me out. What are you going to do? I will eventually learn the all the matchups. But for now, we're just getting through it. Mewtwo is an interesting one because, like, at best, it's going to have, if it has Focus Blast, it is what it is. Most aren't running Focus Blast. Most are running like Shadow Ball or Ice Beam or Thunder. So you can live with Shadow Ball. It's still going to take, I think, 3 Rock Slides. The only problem with Melmetal is outside of the Superpower on like super effective, like on steals, everything still kind of takes like 3 moves to take out. It doesn't hit very hard. I mean, Thundershock, Superpower, Rock Slide is a pretty spammy combo, but it doesn't do a ton of damage, right? So I will get the third one off here to either grab a shield or take switch. And they end up shielding. Don't make the same mistake twice. Let this go. Come in and farm. There we go. Farming with Mamo. I was going to farm with Mamo because Mamoswine with energy is avalanche and high horsepower, just like hit pretty much anything in this meta. And it's such a hard hitting move. So definitely if you have a chance to farm here, farm with Mamoswine. They're going to go for the Aeroblast. I know that. So I'm going to take this out before they get to the Aeroblast. And if they shield, they're basically like farm down range. They let it go. Dialga here. Am I going to fake the high horsepower? Yeah, I'm not even going to just... Because I think that like Avalanche is enough between that and the Dragon Tail Sky Attack. So I'm going straight Avalanche. Come in here. I could have thrown a second one. I don't need to. The Dragon Tails are doing a ton of damage. I'm going to shield. Could be a Draco. Got it. The only lose condition sort of here is if they catch. So I got to be aware of that. Yeah. That was sort of my only lose condition. So now I can just get the Aeroblast off and Dragon Tail for the win. So like this team has play. Like I do have a Lugia, but like I've kind of hung in there with a bunch of legendary Pokemon teams. So not bad. Like I said, so I'm going to try and film it sometime over the next couple days. So hopefully it goes live this afternoon of sort of like my like a live set, so you guys can just see my thought process during one of these. So stay tuned for that. And that is it. So I appreciate the comments and support, and I will see you guys in the next one.